let me say hi. Hello and welcome to the NetXMS Talks. We are back from our quite longish summer break. It was an extremely eventful summer. We did a lot of cool stuff and we cannot wait to talk to you about that. And today we will concentrate on 4 topics. First of all, Tanya will start with new Grafana integration. We used to have one, so this is a new one. What happened, why we did it, Tanya will expand on that. Then she will continue with Docker images, and then Victor will take over and we'll talk about upcoming NetXMS MCP, what it is. And then he will shortly touch upon the updates and what's new in NXSL scripting language. Now you can raise your hand and ask your questions. You can also, which is better, drop them into our chat during a webinar. We will try to answer everything. Also, there will be recording after that, and you will be able to rewatch this session on our YouTube channel. And now I will give word to Tatiana to talk about our new Grafana integration.
Yeah, I will change a bit the order. First, I will show Docker and all the Docker images, because to show the Grafana functionality, first we should have the NetXMS server itself. So I will start with Docker. Let me share my screen.
Look at this, surprise, surprise.
Yep.
Unexpected turn of events.
Yes, something unexpected. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see myself. Okay, I can see your screen now, yes.
Cool. So on the GitHub, we have NetXMS Docker repository, and I will go through this quick start. So basically, first we should clone the repository. Let me clone it here. So next thing is to navigate to deployment examples. So now I will use Compose to quick start the NetXMS server, agent, and web interface. So it's the fastest way to try NetXMS for now. So let's go here. Next, we have this .env configuration file. We have .env example configuration file, and we will copy it. And now we can edit it. So here it is. Basically, here we have, we can configure all the environments that we want further to use for the Docker containers. In my case, I will just change the version. You for sure can use just latest, but better do not use it in production. So for me, I will use 5.2.6, I think. Is it latest? Yes, this is the latest one. So let's save it. So basically, this is it. I won't adjust anything in NetXMS.conf because I haven't changed any database credentials. So they are the same between example and NetXMS.conf. Now I can start the Docker images. It will take some time. Do it like this. While it is done, I will show some things that can be configured. So, as we discussed, .n file contains environment variables that are used in compose file. So here you can see how the compose file looks like. So we have multiple services: database, server service, agent, and web. As like maybe you know that those names are used for later for DNS. So you can use this name as DNS name for the server, or you can use this name as DNS name for the agent. Why I'm explaining this? Because if we will go further and check the configuration files that are used, for example, for the agent, here it is, we can see that server is set as master server. So this string will be expanded to the IP address of the server of the Docker machine that will connect as a server to the agent. And here we have some configurations that can be added. So in our case, as everything is running under the Docker, we have server without agent. We have a database that is for sure separate container. We have web server, and we have agent. Agent in this case is not the agent that maybe you're used to. It's more for the proxy functionality. So basically, NetXMS, for example, can't collect web services without agent. So, for example, if we want, we can enable web service proxies here in this agent configuration, and then server will be able to collect web services through the agent container that compose have started. But this agent won't be the agent that is installed on the server or is monitoring server, because it's in separate container and it's like contained inside. It can't really collect anything. So if we will check in configuration server NetXMS.conf, here we can see here is a special configuration that says exactly that if we need to have like our own proxy agent through which we will collect the data that server can collect themselves, then please use agent, which, as I said, will be expanded to IP address of the container that is running, that is started by compose. Okay, so while we were talking about all the configuration, our server is successfully started, and now we can check it. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it looks like I had already some configurations here. So yeah, my server started, and as you can see, if we will do all configuration, there is no agent, and this is how it should be, because, as I said, agent is not the monitoring agent. Agent is started only for the proxying request purposes that server can't do by itself. So basically, that's it. You have started the server that now can collect the data. You can add here nodes and do whatever you want to do with NetXMS server. But Our next purpose was to configure Grafana. For configuring Grafana, first I will start the Docker image with Grafana.
Tanya, maybe you could give us a little a little why this new integration was needed, because we used to have one already.
Yeah. So while it's starting and downloading, we had old Grafana integration. It was done with the old tools, with the old Grafana API. It got deprecated, so our plugin got deprecated and stopped working. For now, as we are also in the process of changing web API from the Java one to the model of the server that works much faster than the Java var file that we used before. We decided to both move to the new web API, and we decided to have also to implement the new plugin, which is not yet ready, but currently it's possible to get metrics through the new web API and use Grafana Infinity plugin. That is really powerful tool that can get data from different APIs and parse JSON, XML, and stuff like that. In our case, we're just parsing JSON. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we have downloaded and started Grafana. Let's check that it is working. Yes, it's working. What I advise to do if you want to configure Grafana, first you should go to our website. I already have our website opened. You go to the blogs. You go to Grafana configuration in NetXMS, and here is really detailed instruction that I use by myself every time I need to add something new. So first thing that we should do, we should add module to NetXMSD.conf file. So in our case, it is here. We can add module somewhere here. Let's save it. And now we should restart containers. Let's do compose down.
While it's processing, Tanya, can this blog information be found also in our documentation?
I'm not sure if we already moved it.
Okay, so
yeah. So for now, it's a blog. It's in process of moving to documentation, but also as always, documentation is in process of refactoring. So yeah, I hope we will move it also there soon. Okay. So we have started our server back. Oh, sorry, I've forgot to export the port. So by default, it's server. Yes, by default it is on port. Yep. Now it should work, because we should say which port to expose from Docker. And yeah. So let's check. Yeah, you can see that IP is working. Next thing, let's log into Grafana. I think it was admin by default. And password. Okay. So we have freshly new Grafana. First thing that I do, I go to the plugins and I install Infinity plugin. Okay. We're adding new data source, either from there, either from here in connections data sources. It will be NetXMS. We will use barrier token authentication to use it. I should, okay, let's restart it. I should either create new user. Let's create new user, how I usually do it. So in users, oh, I already have one. I have Grafana user. Let me check. Access control, yes, Grafana has access to this one. And we should issue authentication token. So it will be Grafana authentication. Let's issue the token. Let's copy the token. Once you close this window, you can't really find this token anywhere. So I first will test that everything will work, and then I'll be able to close it. So here I have this token entered. Next, I should enter all the allowed hosts. So in my case, it's localhost, this one. Next, I want to enable health check, and I would want to add localhost. Yes, so either this request can be used, either I think there was another one. /v1/status, because this request just to the root just gives you the information without login. And if you will write v1 and status, it won't give you any information without correct barrier authentication. So in this case, you will test not only that we have access to the web API, but also that our authentication method is correctly set up. Okay, what is that? No response received. Connection refused. Okay, let me first test this one. Oh my gosh, sorry. My bad. As always, Grafana is running in the Docker. So, and no one said to me. So the IP is exposed to my PC. So basically, I won't see it on the local host of the Grafana Docker container. So I should write the correct IP address. Okay. And this one can remove. And
You solved this mystery too quickly. Usually it takes us 5 minutes on a webinar to solve such things.
now it's working. V1 status, save and test. And now it's not working. Yes. If you write it correctly, it works. And if you use correct IP address. Okay, so now we will go to the dashboards. Let's create new dashboard. Let's add new visualization, and we will select the data source, NetXMS. Let's first create visualization of the alarms. It's the easiest one. First, I want to say that the visualization will be table. Next thing that I will say is, let me check, request is post. Okay, so first I will paste here the IP address. It is post, and the URL will be like this. And data. In data, we pass what is root object for the alarms. 2 means infrastructure services, but we have body and it's JSON, and it won't work because I don't have access to infrastructure services. I have access only to the server. So I should write ID ID 100. What's this one? 100. Okay. So refresh, and here we have the alarm. One of the problems that I face, that columns are sorted alphabetically. So if you want to sort them not alphabetically, but in some reasonable order, the only option that I found was to in transformation, we can organize fields by name in the correct order. Okay, I already don't remember, and I think there was required to one column order, that transformation. Okay, let's try. Yep. So basically, you can now move the ID as a first column, then source as a second. You can enable or disable some columns. So basically, you can create the same view as you have in NetXMS, and you also can rename columns if you want. So let's say that new dashboard. Okay, so now we have created one element that is alarm table. Next thing that I want to show you that is usually more requested, how to show DCI, collected data, and how to show it in graphs. So now we will add another visualization, and we will go to the very end. here we have it. So we'll need GET request with this URL. Here, so basically, I have first I have description about the API, how it works if you want to use it in some other tool. And then I have detailed explanation how it was configured field by field on the Grafana. So let's try to configure it on Grafana. So we have get, it's already correct. Next one, format data frames. Okay, next one, URL. Let's copy the IP address because I already forgot it. HTTP. Oh, and here we have some magic about how to configure execDCI. So first we have v1 from objects with object ID 100. We get data from data collection with DCI ID. Let me check DCI ID. What should I take? For example, 621. 621. Okay. Next. It won't be shown before we will say what range of the timestamp we want to use. I add the timestamps not to the URL itself. I for sure can copy like this to the URL, but in Grafana we have special environment variables which give us from and to dates. These from and to dates are selected up here. So basically what I will do, I will configure the dashboard element to take not the fixed dates that you are giving through the URL, but the take dates that are configured over the dashboard itself. So here it's configuring only my object, but if we will come back to the dashboard, it will you can simultaneously change those dates for all the graphs that will be on one dashboard. Okay, so we should say that time from is this magic variable that is in milliseconds. We converted to the seconds, and time to also 2 in milliseconds converted to seconds. Next, it's generic request that also is used by our Android application and application. So the root is not just the values, but not objects with the values, but the values object. So yeah, just you just need to unwrap the JSON a bit. So as a root, we are setting values. And then we also should set the columns. Because for now, we already are getting data, but Grafana just doesn't know how to interpret them. So from this data, we should say which element is timestamp and which element is data. So now we're saying that timestamp as, can say the same timestamp as time. My default is so. And like this. and another column that is value. And it is number. And let's refresh it. And we can see some data. So currently I've configured all the things to get from the API data series. After we configured everything to get something as a data series, then we can check what visualization do we want to do from it. We can have a table, we can have different line charts, all different stuff that is provided by Grafana Infinity plugin. So yeah, basically it's some, like in this block, it is written some base configuration, and then like how much you can do depends only of like how good do you know this Infinity plugin, because like it's insanely a lot of different configuration and options and thresholds that you can set, and colors and stuff like that. So yeah, it depends only on how deep do you want to go with it. So yep, now we have 2 elements, and yeah, what I can add that currently there is described few things. One is how to get alarms, another one is how to get object queries, and another one is how to get summary tables. So and for sure DCI, so the DCI data. So basically this alarms, object queries, and summary tables are displayed as just tables. You can configure all the things on the NetXMS site and then just expose it to the Grafana. And another option is, yes, you can just take the data collection history and already arrange it in fully Grafana way. This is about the integration with the Grafana with the Infinity plugin. Currently, we are also working on NetXMS plugin for Grafana that will omit all this long configuration. So you won't need to put the data frame, the request, like from to, all this stuff. So basically there will be just for the, it will have the same options for displays as Infinity plugin, because it like used the, it's just the data source plugin. So it use all the Grafana display options and just provides the data source. So basically you in data source will just select from the drop down the node and the DCI description, and that's it. It will be added to the table, to the graph, to I think there I also have added there some status maps, and all the same they have summary table, object query, and alarms also shown, and there will be some a lot of stuff won't be required to configure, because there will be bypassed the colors, for example, for the alarms. So you will be able just to enable coloring, and then the coloring will be shown for the alarms. And yeah, that's it. Because for now you should in Infinity plugin you are required to set the thresholds and say that outstanding has this threshold and this color and all the stuff. But yeah, in case of the plugin, it won't be required. Just one click and everything works. But it's still under development. and I hope it will be released soon. We plan to add it to 5.3 release.
Okay, great. Yeah, you just answered my questions. I just wanted to know when it's going to be ready. So, is there anything else you wanted to add on Grafana, or are we moving further?
I think there is really a lot of discuss and explain, but I think we have a really good blog post, and yeah, we can stop here.
Okay, you can stop sharing then, and yeah, and we'll pass the floor to Victor, and he will continue with upcoming NetXMS MCP. And unless Victor will follow your tradition, Tanya, and start with something else, but we will know soon. Okay, Victor, floor is yours.
Yeah, and yes, I will. I will start with something else. So we have two topics where both are quite short. Peek into upcoming MCP and summary of recent changes and improvements to NXSL, our scripting language that we did in version 5.2. Just to recap, and I will start with NXSL changes. So first change or improvement that we did is we now have simplified loops over numeric ranges. Similar to Python using range object. Let me share my screen and I will show how it works. So there's my screen. And so, for example, if you want to loop from 1 to 9, you can do it now like this. You do iteration over the range object, and for the range you can set the initial value and the end value, which will not be included into enumeration. So if we run the script, we get numbers from 1 to 9 because 10 is not included. And you can do it even simpler. If you want range starting at 0, then you can just put number inside, and it will do numbers from 0 until the end that you set. And you also can include the step here. So from 1 to 100 with a step 10. And we got everything with step 10, 1, 11, 21, 31, 91, and so on. Very simple and just simplifies loops. Okay. The next small change that we were asked to implement is to introduce Unicode escape sequences in string literals. So imagine you need to put a centigrade Celsius sign into text. Now you can do something like this. You can just use Unicode literal. So it's \u and then 4 hexadecimal digits with the Unicode symbol code. So if I run it, I got nice centigrade Celsius character inserted into the output. The next is small changes to the mathematical functions for aggregation. So we already had the functions mean, max, average, mean absolute deviation, and standard deviation. Now we have added the sum function. So you can get a sum of multiple values like this. So it's sum of 1, 2, and 3. And all the functions now accept variadic arguments, as you can see. So the mean and max and all the rest of those functions you can just put multiple elements here, or you can use arrays, and you can use array expansion like this. So we have the array of these values, and we use array expansion functionality here. So again, we got the same result, or we can just pass an array and we get the same result. And you can mix and match them together. So you can pass array, and then you can add some values like standalone numbers, and we get the correct result, because the maximum of 1, 2, 3, and 8 is 8. And if we do the girls and the sum, we get 14. So this again, just to simplify usage for different use cases when you use those functions. Another small change is that we have introduced array methods indexOf. So let's look at the example. So we have an array with some values, and we can call values indexOf and give a value. And if there is a value, such value in the array, it will return the index in the array for given value. And if there are no such value in the array, it will return null. So you can use it for quickly searching for a specific value in an array. And finally, we have built-in JSON parsing functions. So you can give the text, which is a JSON, and it will parse it into the JSON objects that you can work with. And if there is an error in parsing, before that, the JsonParse function just returned null, and that was it. Now, JsonParse sets global variables for error message and the error line in the error column. So you can do something like this. So we have a script, we have malformed JSON, yeah, because there are no quotes around v2 around attribute name. So we call JsonParse, and it will fail. And in case of fail, it will print us JSON error message and JSON error line. So if we run it, we got a nice error message describing what was wrong. That simplifies debugging and allows you to add some meaningful logging to the scripts that deals with JSON. And the last that will go without example, we have a function which is a PostEvent to generate an event. And before that, it was only accepting the node as a source. Now you can use any object that can potentially be event source as an event source in the PostEvent function. So it could be sensor, it could be access point, just basically just fix for the missing functionality. So this is it. Relatively small changes, however, they improve how you work with the scripts. And now the second topic. So as we know, the LLMs are now used on a daily basis by many people, and there is a new standard called MCP, Model Context Protocol, that allows you to connect multiple tools to your chat with an LLM in your favorite environment. And we starting developing MCP server for NetXMS. It's in a relatively early stage, but we plan that it will be released as part of 5.3, and we will enhance it afterwards as well. So let's take a look how it works. So there is some applications that can work with MCP and LLMs. So basically my desktop chat. And we can see that we have an NetXMS MCP server running that provides 6 tools so far. So let's ask something simple. NetXMS server version. And this tool provides us various debug information, so we can see what tools from MCP server are called. So in this case, it called the tool NetXMS server version, and it gives me the answer. Let's ask what Windows devices being monitored. Okay, can't find anything interestingly, because it was able to do this some time ago.
I have a question, like we all know that sometimes LLMs, they make up the answer, How can we be sure that it will give us a precise answer? We still have to be cautious, kind of, no?
Yes, of course. And that's the inherent problem with LLM. So you should take an answer with a grain of salt. But still, like OpenAI and others, they're working on improving the models and reducing the number of hallucinations. And we also, on our side, we're working on a better description for the tools, on a better output from the tools, so that it will be more reliable. So I just restarted the MCP server just in case. So let's check if it helps.
It was better working with not the objects, but the nodes, or not?
It depends. Exactly the same question was working fine 10 minutes ago.
The LLM world.
It was in the mood, now it's not. But what type of questions can you ask? Like, is it generally about the system?
Pretty much anything. Okay. Pretty much anything, and it will try to find this information using the tool, using tools that are provided. So you see, it's working better. So I did restart and MCP server, and now it finds all 3 Windows machines that they have. Very nice. You can ask something like, what is CPU utilization on default?
Okay, while it's thinking, Victor, we have a question from Mihailo. Yeah. Is it able to analyze the alarms from the nodes?
You can try to ask him. Let's try to ask.
While Victor is typing, Mihailo, I just wanted to add that it's still in the early stage of development. So we are kind of, it's a teaser. So we don't know a lot of things ourselves, and we're experimenting. So you can join us in doing that. After 5.3 will be out.
So let's do it like this. Analyze alarms and current metric values on default and give advice on possible improvements. let's see what we got. Okay, so you see it reading alarm list, it's reading the current metric values from, and there is something. So it basically just lists the alarms. It's not an analysis as such. Metrics. Okay, now we have some recommendations coming out. It's not fast. The application is not the best one, unfortunately. But the one I used before just stopped working yesterday for some reason. So I had to find something quickly with MCP support.
Mihaly just dropped us a message that he'll be happy to share his thoughts. So just reach out to us on the forum or on the community support. We'll be happy to chat about what ideas you have to after it's out. Thank you.
Yeah. So as you see, we can do like different kind of stuff here. I also, because we don't have much functions yet, one of the functions that already there is to access a list of processes on the nodes. So I can ask something like this. I have a server called Gratitude Dev. So I know that it's here. So I can ask this, and it will ask the list of the processes from the server and then go through it and find me bash processes. So pretty much this, it's really could be powerful, especially when you're looking for something like unclear or that is hard to go through everything. We will work on providing more tools to the LLM and to provide ways for LLM to do more like granular data extraction, because if we have only like high level tools like get all alarms, get all objects, etc., you can quite easily run into the token limit when sending requests to LLM. So we need to provide the tools that get only information we need without not without, but reducing amount of unnecessary information as much as possible.
What LLM model do you use here in this example?
Currently, I have in this example. It's it's OpenAI GPT-04. Where it is? Yeah, GPT-4o.
Okay.
We can switch to 4o mini. It's a bit faster and maybe not that good. So if we ask for 4o mini, for example, here, the same question, what those devices? Let's see. Okay, as we can see, it's not that correct as 4o. So it found my Linux machine with a server and somehow included it into the list for some unknown reason. Then it found my Windows, that is fine. And then it found some random nodes that are not Windows. So yeah, definitely it's really important what LLM you are using. And
just use the smart one, the smartest one.
And this is the good part about providing MCP, that you can actually connect it to your model, to your environment. You can mix multiple MCPs. So you can ask your NetXMS server for something, and the same request, the model may decide that it want to go to, I don't know, your knowledge base from your company and combine this information together. So it's potentially it's really powerful interface, really powerful tool for combining information and doing complex requests to the system.
Okay. Victor, anything to add, or did you tell us everything you wanted on this topic?
I think it's. I think you can imagine it, and yeah, soon you will be able to play with it, or you can do it already if you build current development branch from the source code. So stay tuned.
Okay. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
And thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Victor, for this, for telling us what's new. And thank you for everyone who attended. Thank you for your questions. We will be back after some time. In October, we'll be off to Dubai for a GITEX week. If you're in GITEX, drop us a line at info@radiansolutions.com or info@netxms.com. And let's meet and chat what's new there in our system and what's in our roadmap. And after that, we will be back again with new NetXMS talks. Hopefully after 5.3 will be launched. And thank you everyone who is watching. We really love our community and love you for using NetXMS. So yeah, stay in touch and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.